we go. Okay. Let me make sure that I have this all set up right, because I think I do, but I could be mistaken. Give me just a moment here. Let me make sure that I have this all. Oh, oops. That's not what I meant to do. Darn it. Give me just a minute here. I'm so sorry, y'all. Mute. There we go. 7 here now. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Give me just a moment here. I want to make sure that I've got my mic set up the right way, because it's been forever since I've done this. Yeah, no, I don't. There's the snowball. Yeah, that's fine. Save. Okay. There we go. Jumper chat after dark. No, I'm kidding. Okay, looks like I've got it set up right. Hey, Chris. Hey, Johnny. How y'all doing? Hey, y'all. Hey. I know I have not been on live in like forever, but honestly, I have been away for 5 days. I know a lot of you are tuning in right now because of the title that I put to my live back from rehab, but it wasn't really rehab for me so much as it was rehab. Like, other people were there for rehab. Like, I spent 5 days in a psychiatric hospital getting treatment for what I now know is bipolar 2 disorder. Apparently, the antidepressants, the SSRIs that I was taking before for depression were complicating things with my bipolar 2 disorder, which went undiagnosed. Well, it was diagnosed, and then I switched doctors, and then it was undiagnosed, and then I went into the hospital for 5 days, and now it's diagnosed again. So, but anyway, I'm feeling like so much better now, and therapy really helped. And it was overall a decent experience. Would recommend. Still got to finish out convo. There's more. Yeah, no problem, Johnny. I will have Messenger on my phone. Absolutely. So we can totally chat more. Yeah, but the thing about going to inpatient treatment, I didn't get put on like a ward where like the people hear voices and stuff like that. Like, it was this really chill environment where some people were there for substance abuse, some people were there for suicidal tendencies, some people were there for, you know, other reasons, but it wasn't like the super crazies. Dentures. Hi, Daniel. Yes, and see here, I'm wearing my JO's upper, and I don't have a lower in today because my affordable denture set is losing a tooth. How crazy stupid is that? It's totally losing a tooth. So glad you're better. Thank you, Johnny. You know, a good therapist makes all the difference in the world. But the affordable dentures one, a tooth started, like this one, started falling down and wiggling while I was at treatment. And I'm like, oh, we are not doing this right now. And I shoved it back. I was like that. So there's literally nothing holding it in there. Like, so I don't even wear them right now. Like, I totally need an appointment at Affordable Dentures, which I have scheduled for next week. I wasn't able to get in before next week. But they're going to have to fix that. Like, I was so tempted to just super glue it in there, like put a little super glue on the end of it and poke it up in there. But you're not supposed to do that or you void your warranty. And I'm not trying to void a 7-year warranty on my dentures. She's naked. Naked on the bottom, yes. See? Nothing but my Frankenstein posts hopping up. Mostra dentures. Not real sure what that means. But I'm not going to take them out for your amusement, if that's what you mean. This is not one of those fetish channels, y'all. I'm sorry if that disappoints anybody. Yeah, so there's been like, it's been a really weird week. There's been a lot going on. There's like the dentures breaking. Jamie from JO's Denture Lab got in touch with me. He's tired of seeing somebody else's work right here and offered to go ahead and attempt to do a lower to match up with this that incorporates the implant retention. So it'll have the clips and stuff. So he's sending me things for a to do a pickup impression, which would be like I'll put the little cappy doos on the thing and then use the impression material, which he told me that we'll be using the vinyl polysiloxane, which is what denture fit is made out of, but it's also a tougher material than impression material, so it should pick up the little thingies that snap down onto these, so they'll be in the correct place in the impression. And that's the important part. Hey, Amy. Hey, how are you? Welcome. No, Daniel, I have no idea what you're asking about. Yeah. So, I'll be getting another set of lower. Why don't you wear your bottoms? Okay, because this is an upper that I got. This was an intermediate set of dentures that I got, kind of like an immediate denture, but more for like when your shrinking slows a whole bunch. This is an intermediate denture that I ordered from JO's Denture Lab online. And my permanents is the whole set, the upper and lower. Well, I mean, I ordered a whole set from Jamie, but I didn't used to have these in the way. So I can't wear the lower that goes with this. And this denture doesn't match up with the bite with my lowers from Affordable Dentures. So I can't like mix and match them like that. So when I choose to wear this one, I'm stuck not having a lower for right now. And Jamie noticed that and offered to go ahead and attempt to do an implant retained lower for me via mail order, which is going to be interesting to see how that turns out. It's the process for it sounds super difficult, and I'm interested to see if he can pull it off. You know what I mean? Finally eating solid food. Yay, Mark! Congratulations on that. That is so fantastic. It took me quite a while too, and it seems like at first, like it's never gonna happen, never gonna happen. I am so glad that you're finally eating solid food, my dude. That's amazing and awesome and wonderful, and I'm so happy for you. Yeah, Angela, if I wear my upper from Affordable Dentures, I always put in my lower because I won't run around with just that upper. But that one's, it's got a tooth falling out of it right now. So I don't want to wear it and have the tooth freaking come out. So I won't be wearing those again until after I get the repair done to them next week. So that's where we are with that. Yeah, Mark, patience is key. Johnny is absolutely right. I'm so glad that you have been patient and have persevered. It all comes in time, man. It all comes in time. So yeah, the I know a lot of you are tuning in because the thing says back from rehab. It was rehab for other people, but for me, it was more inpatient therapy. I had a really bad thought process going on that I don't really care to discuss on this forum. Maybe in the Facebook group. I don't know, but yeah, I just like I needed some really intensive help like right away for the thought processes that I was having and the feels that I was feeling and that kind of thing. So I got the help that I needed and I am feeling better now. So yeah, it was 5 days away from home and that was difficult because I don't like to be. I had just been away from home for a month taking care of my dad, and then I turn around. I'm home for a week or two, 2.5, 3, something like. I have no concept of time, and then have to turn around and leave for another 5 days. Like that was really difficult for me. Whoa, let me not turn over my camera right there. Happy for you. Thank you, Chris. But yeah, so I can come back to doing the lives and come back to posting videos and that kind of thing. There were actually some questions on my channel that I wanted to go ahead and address on some previous. Wow, there's a bunch of them held for review too. Let's have a look here. Hold on, I need to just go through it. Let me approve these comments real quick. I wish this would behave itself. I wish I could do screen share. Am I able to do screen share? As long as you're okay, that's what's important. Thank you, Johnny. Yeah, and that's 100% it. Like, you have to be okay with being okay before you can be okay. Does that make sense? I feel like I just talked in like 3 circles right there. You know what? I'll go through these comments later. There were a couple that I wanted to address, like in a video or whatever. Somebody said she's glad to know she's not the only troll mom. Daughter's 15, no longer embarrassed by antics, but and will join her. Happy part is we still embarrass my husband. That is so funny. That was on the soak your damn dentures video that got that comment. So I'll have to go back and watch it. I think it's worth suffering for such a beautiful smile. I look at you with envy and dream of such dentures to smile in my whole mouth. I'll soon be 30 years old, need to remove 28 teeth. Wow. I'm very upset that I did not do this earlier. Girl, me too. Absolutely, me too. I should have done this 10 years ago, at the very least. At the very least, 10 years ago. More like 20. More like 20 years ago, I should have done this. And now that it's done, like, I could kick myself in the ass every single day for not doing it sooner. Like, for real. Like, the benefits far outweigh the disadvantages of not having natural chompers, especially if your natural chompers are in such a state where you can't eat half of freaking real food anyway, like because you're afraid you're going to break one off again. You know, like it's so worth it to just have all of that taken out and not have to worry about another crown breaking or another root canal failing or, you know, another filling getting chippy and coming out, and it's so worth it. I think, at least for me, it was. I really should have done it 20 years ago. Absolutely should have, which is saying a lot because my daughter is 20 right now. I should have done this maybe not quite 20 years ago, but more like 17 years ago, 16 years ago. Totally should have done it. Yep, and I regret it every single day that I didn't do it earlier, because I put myself through a lot of anguish over the whole ordeal needlessly. So, and that's difficult for me to admit. Totally makes sense. Okay, good. Good. I was afraid that I had talked myself into such a circle right there that that I wouldn't be able to talk my way back out of it. I would have long ago relieved myself of sleepless nights with toothaches. That's another thing too, is all of the pain that goes along with it. And I really do feel like your oral health affects your mental health as well. Because after I got everything pulled, I remember at first being in a much better mood overall and having a better outlook on things and not having quite so much trouble. But then reality kicked in and yeah, mental illness. Yay. So, yeah. Had 19 teeth extracted on Valentine's Day this year and now have at least 9 spots where the bone is coming through the gum. Oh, wow. These aren't loose fragments working their way out. Rather, they're still attached to the jawbone. I've tried to pull them out with tweezers, but I have only been able to break off little pieces at a time. Should have had an alveoplasty done, but didn't know about it prior to having the extractions. And, you know, for that person whose name is also Chris, I would say talk to your dentist, your not your orthodontist, your not orthopedic. God, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Talk to your dentist, your denturist, some dental professional about maybe having that revisited, because if it's a procedure that you didn't know about in the first place and needed, it might be a procedure that you still need. Like it could probably still clean up some of your issue. Hi, Sandra. Late to the party as usual. You know, girl, that is fine. That's totally, I'm glad you're here. Like, thank you for being here. It's totally fine that you're late. Yeah, so I know a lot of folks showed up for the title of my live here, back from rehab. It wasn't really so much rehab for me as it was for others, but for me, it was inpatient therapy that doesn't have anything to do with substance abuse. So, yeah, same thing, different reason, I think. Does that sound right to you?
No.
No, not the same thing?
No. Rehab is way different.
Rehab is way different. It didn't seem different for the people that were there for rehab.
Rehab is normally 26 or 21
20.
to 30-day program.
Mm-hmm.
And involves a lot more than just going to therapy a couple times a day.
Oh. Okay. I don't know if any of you heard that. Photobombing husband. Right there. Jamie just sent me a picture today of my new ex trying their beauties. Can't wait to get them. Brenda, that's so great. I'm so happy for you. I cannot wait to see them myself. Hello, new here. Best thing I ever did was have my teeth pulled 10 years ago. Want to order new teeth through Jamie. Mrs. Wombat, that is fantastic that you had it done 10 years ago. And I am sure that you're feeling better even now than you felt back then. That's so fantastic. Tonight he picks a person for free dentures. I didn't know that he was doing that. Huh. That's very cool. I'm going to have to go back to his group and see, because I kind of stepped away for a while because, well, it has a lot to do with the reason that I went to treatment anyway, too, is because my shit outlook and my shit motivation and Jamie's business was starting to get to the point where he was waiting on me to do things before he could do things. So I kind of stepped back and kind of bowed out of that so that he could run his business the way that it needed to be run. But now that I'm better, I could probably still go in and help manage the group and that kind of thing so that I can stay on top of what he's doing. Like he's going to make a lower denture for me to match. This is the upper that he made for me, but he's going to make me a new lower to match the upper that is implant retained. See how the implant's going on down here? He's going to actually do that via mail order. So, and the process seems like super complicated compared to what the process was with doing this without the implants engaged, without the posts sticking up. So I'm really, really excited to see what he can do with that. He's the best, so kind. He totally is. He is like the biggest sweetheart besides this man right here. He is like the biggest sweetheart ever. Jamie is he's awesome. He really cares about his customers and he cares about the work that he does. And that makes me really admire him as a business owner, because it's easy to become jaded, you know, like dealing with customers and dealing with something that is such an exact science as being a dental technician, a denture tech. Like there's so much that goes into making a good, nice, good looking set of chompers for somebody, you know. Off to the gym and to do what? Honey, you have fun at the gym. Try not to work too. Don't pull anything. Laundry. Okay, there it is. Laundry. Yeah, don't pull anything. My husband had leg day the other day and totally noodle-fied his legs. So don't do that. He said, we don't talk about leg day. Love you all. Be well. Love you too, Johnny. You be well. Bobby, hi. Finally got my consult scheduled for April 12th. Hooray! That's awesome. Yay. I'm so happy to hear that, Bobby. That's amazing and wonderful and great. I can't wait for you to get your consult done and get the ball rolling, man. It's going to be so fantastic. People 10 years ago order new teeth through Jamie. Mrs. Wombat, hope you're good, looking beautiful as always. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. How are you? God, I haven't seen you in forever. I feel like I'm not on Facebook enough either, like to keep up with people that I actually know. It's been a weird week, man. It's been a really weird week. I know that the title here, and I keep saying this because people keep coming in and going out and coming in and going out. The title says back from rehab, but it wasn't really rehab so much as it was inpatient therapy. Some people were there for rehab, but it wasn't that we're in the same program as I was. So it was kind of weird. Phantom pain, every tooth not in my mouth hurting from sinus allergy crapola. Sandra, that is too real. Like, oh, my grocery order's ready for pickup. Cool.
Oh, shit, we're gonna go do that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I just got the email about it. Every tooth not in my mouth. I have had phantom pain once, and it kind of hurt a little, but it itched more than anything else. Like it was over here. It was one of my eye teeth. It was this one. And it was like I had to take my denture out and rub at my gums because they just all of a sudden were itchy right there. And I felt like the pain was shooting up next to my nose, like into my sinuses. And I was having, allergies or whatever that week. And it was really disconcerting to have a toothache where there was no tooth and where there was no leftovers from a tooth. Like there's no bits and pieces, nothing in there anymore. My x-ray is clean. So I can't imagine what that was like for you. Cannot even believe you're a Grammy. I know, right? The whole Grana thing has really got my mind blown. Like my granddaughter is amazing and wonderful and perfect and busy and smart and bless her baby heart. I love her to pieces, but I'm still having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that I have a grandchild. Like it's crazy weird. It's crazy good, but it's crazy weird. Are your teeth PW4? I've asked around requesting PW4, but a lot of dentists don't offer it. These are a color called B00. Okay. That is the equivalent of PW7. So PW4 is going to be more like my other set, which are A00. So if you can ask for shade A0, A00, B0, or B00, with the A0 being the shorter end of the like the not as bleach shade, and B00 being the bleachiest bleach shade that you can get. We're too young for that, girl. I know. I keep saying how I'm too old for this and that, but I'm too young to be a grandma. so much too young to be a grandma. Keeping busy with kids. I know it, girl. I know. Try to check in on you as much as I can. Your grandbaby is so freaking cute. Thank you. She is just a little ball of dimples and fat rolls, and she smiles and slobber, and I love it to bits. She's squealy and squeaky. I love her to pieces. She's my whole world right now. Absolutely my whole world. I drop everything for that child. Perms 2 years ago yesterday. Wow, Sandra. Okay. Thought about you the other day. Coworker's mom had her top teeth pulled and has been in such pain. Went and found out she had splinters from the pulled teeth. Yes, and those bone spurs and splinters and stuff like that'll hurt like a bunch. Like you can push on your gums. Like at first for me, like I've had 3 because I had a procedure called alveoloplasty when I had my teeth pulled, where they go in and shave down the bone and get rid of all the little pieces and all the little leftovers, and they take everything out. They take out extra. So I had that done, but I still had 3 like bone splinters, bone shards that came out, and the easiest thing that I've found, especially if it's like a teeny tiny one, is if you take a wet washcloth and kind of push and rub around on the gum part, it kind of forces it out. It gets stuck in the washcloth fabric, and then it just pulls out. Some people will go after them with tweezers. Some people will chew a piece of gum and try and get it to stick in the gum. But if they're really bad, like if she's got like it sounds like she's having a really hard time with the pain, she should probably go back to her dentist and look at the alveoloplasty as an option. Most dentists will tell you that the bone shards will resolve themselves, and they will. But if she's got like a bunch of them, that's not a discomfort that she should have to endure for any length of time. So it's best to go back to the dentist. PW7, is that what Jamie calls them? These, Mrs. Wombat, Jamie calls this 00. Or just 0. I forget which one he called this, but this is you can tell him that you want 00, and he'll know that's the whitest, brightest white that you can get, and he'll know that you mean B00, and he can take it from there if that's what you want. I got lucky, had 28 teeth extracted January 30th and have no bone splinters. Mark, that is so lucky. Holy cow. That is so amazingly lucky. And good for you. Like, I had 25 extracted and had 3 bone shards. That was all I had. And I feel like I was super lucky. So if you've had none after 28 extractions, fan-damn-tastic. That's awesome. Thanks for that. I'll tell her. Good, Crystal. Good. I'm glad to be able to help you, to help someone else. And that's what it's all about, too, is like, okay, what can I do with this experience besides sit and dwell on it for myself? What can I do? If I can help just like one more person, that makes it totally, totally awesome for me. So good. Oh, Mrs. Wombat, you are welcome. I am so happy to answer questions when you guys have them. Thank you so much for asking your questions and for being here. I appreciate you. Let's see. We have another comment. Emailed my business account with a couple of questions. Okay. Okay, so here's a comment about on one of my videos called How/Why to Chew Gum. Lady E says, I didn't even know they still made Freedent. I just remember my mother chewing it, and I remember she would avoid gum like the plague when we were kids. So she thought Freedent was the best thing around, and glad it's still being made. Hope your dad is doing well and hope your world is settling down, but I'm sure it's not until you get your pops moved. You are so right about that, Elaine. Take care, stay safe, be blessed. Springtime's almost here. Yeah, so the thing about chewing gum, do I want to say the thing about chewing gum or the thing about chewing gum? Do I want to use it as a verb? Do I want to use it as a noun or an adjective? Either way you want to take it. The thing about it is that gum, like your regular, like your bubble tape and bubble gum, like bubble gum, is full of sugar, and it will stick to your dental work. It sticks to braces, it sticks to bridges, it sticks to implants, it sticks to fillings, it sticks to dentures, and it causes a ginormous mess. It used to be that the only thing that you could really chew as far as gum is concerned, whenever you had dental work, was this one called Freedent. And Freedent is still, it's super good. Like, it's really, like, it doesn't stick to dental work at all. But I've found that other sugar-free gums don't as well. I have a jar of Ice Cubes gum. It's my son's, actually, but I've been chewing it. Over here on my coffee table, right about there. But you can't see it for the chair. But it's sugar-free. It has aspartame in it instead of sugar. And I find that that doesn't stick to my dental work at all. And neither does, any flavor that I've tried of the Trident gum. So I'm assuming that it's like a sugar-free gum thing. So most sugar-free gums are just, they're not going to stick. And that's awesome, because whenever it does stick, it makes such a god-awful mess. It's like, not even, like, I would rather just be toothless and gum up a piece of gum than to ever chew a piece that's not dental work friendly. It's just totally not worth the pain in the butt. It's just not. Stephen Cobb says, I'm kind of nervous. I'm about to get my dentures and people always told me about the gag reflex. What helps with that? I get that as well. I hope she addresses that. Okay, so Stephen and Frankie, for you guys, I'm going to say the thing that helps with that is having the middle of your upper denture not go too far back in your mouth. Whenever it meets up with, oh my God, excuse me. Whenever it meets up with your soft tissues, like your soft palate, that's where the gag reflex comes in. For me, I made mine into a horseshoe. What is that? I got like a piece of something stuck there. Well, that's adorable. But for other people, they'll just take off like this little bit right here and leave all of this. So like it'll be like a much softer dip than this like hardcore horseshoe thing that I've got going on here. But they'll just shave some off of the back of it, or have their dentist or denturist shave some off of the back of it, and that helps super a lot with the gag reflex thing. For a temporary fix for the gag reflex, Jamie has actually told me that whenever they're taking impressions for somebody that has like a gag reflex issue, if you put salt on your tongue, you won't gag whenever you get the upper pushing into the soft tissues of your palate, like your soft palate there. So that was a neat little trick. I actually tested that out and it totally works. So that was a neat little trick that I got from a pro. I don't recommend that for long term, because who wants to taste salt all the time? But yeah, I recommend shaving a little bit off the back of the upper to avoid the gag reflex issue. Way to go, Star Wars fan. That's so funny. Honesty and transparency. All your videos are so informative. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, we've got to get going to go pick up that grocery order from Walmart. And I feel like I've been at this for a little while. I don't know how long I've been broadcasting. Yeah, I have no clue. Is Jamie from J.O.'s Denture Lab? Yes. Jamie Onafray owns J.O.'s Denture Lab. That's where the name comes from. It's his initials. So if you don't have any idea how to get a hold of him or anybody else from his organization to answer questions about his dentures or other oral appliances or the work that he does or anything else having to do with his business in general, the email address for that is going to be oh, what did we set that up to be? I want to say it was info@josdenturelab.com. And there's also a phone number. If I can remember the area code, I want to say it was 391. I don't remember off the top of my head. I have it in my phone. Hold on, I'll go ahead and get it. Oh, man. Let's see. Order's ready, blah, 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 blah. Clear. Bye. Okay. What in the world? Okay. Messages. Hold on, I'm looking for him. Okay, it's 319-432-8166. I couldn't remember the 432 part. 319-432-8166 is the phone number that you want for J.O.'s Denture Lab. And that will give you Jamie himself. Why does this keep beeping at me? Stop beeping at me. Yeah, like all of my notifications turn themselves back on. Like every time I turn my screen back on, like when I was walking up with music, every time I went to turn my screen on, change the song, some other fucking screen would pop up like internet. Boom. I'm like, I don't want this. Yeah, I'm having the same trouble with my phone. I'm gonna sit and have a look at it after we get the grocery order picked up and put away. Did he go to the bathroom? Then I probably have another 35 minutes. Oh my God. Is he really? Did you have a good walk?
Mhm.
Oh, good. Photo bombing or video bombing brother right there. YouTube. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this now, even though my husband is going to be forever in the bathroom. I kind of need to hunt down some shoes and yada yada puts and go pick up the grocery order. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for bringing your questions you um like you always do. I will be back this evening. I need to call Kayla and see if she still wants to do a chomper chat tonight. But regardless, I will be back this evening around 8 o'clock Central Time. That's 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So that sounds right to me. 8 o'clock Central Time with a Chomper Chat Live. And I hope to see you guys there. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. Keep smiling, be good to each other, and keep being awesome. See y'all later.